It's been almost 3 weeks since this video started making its rounds on social media.
Oh man, it was so sad to see those people.
That's super messed up. No one wants to see that violence in Westport.
Cell phone video shows two men fighting with a couple. The man was kicked in the head. The woman was pistol whipped. When police arrived, they say both victims were unconscious, one of them bleeding from the head. The Jackson County prosecutor says 26-year-olds Collin London and Daniel McQuarters have been arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree assault.
On October the 23rd, 2022, at about 2:45 a.m., the clubs were closing in Westport. The victim and her friend were walking towards their car when Daniel said nasty stuff to the victim. Daniel appeared to be by himself and was holding food in his hands. The victims continued walking and Daniel said something a second time. The victim believed Daniel was trying to get a rise out of them. The victim said to Daniel, "Come on, bro, you know that's foul." Daniel instantly got hyped and pushed the victim. Daniel tried to swing on the victim, but he was able to get out of the way. The victim then punched Daniel 2 times. The victim stepped back, but Daniel kept coming at him. Daniel's friend Collin walked up, and the victim ended up by Collin, who had a Blick. Collin hit the victim with the gun from behind in the left side of his head, face. The victim did not go down initially, and at some point, they wrestled him to the ground. Daniel and Collin started kicking the victim in the head. At some point, the victim went unconscious. Victim 2 tried to stop the fight at the beginning when the male with the gun hit the victim and the Blick went sliding across the ground. The same male picked the firearm up and was holding it out by his side. At some point, the victim was on the ground and she ran over while they were kicking him and jumped on top of him. She saw the male with the Blick come over and then she was out. Victim 2 was out for a while, and when she woke up, the paramedics were taking the victim away. The incident was caught on camera. Several witnesses identified the suspects. The suspects were also identified by their co-workers. Collin London, 26, and Daniel McQuarters, 26, were arrested and charged with 2 counts of assault, first degree.
Yeah, Emily, court documents say it all started around 2:45 a.m. when the club started to close here in Westport. Now, 2 women were making their way to their car right around here when a man started making comments at them. Now, by the second time around, one of the boyfriends told the men that the comments were inappropriate, and that is when the fighting started. Now, we do want to warn you that this video can be disturbing. It's been almost 3 weeks since this video started making its rounds on social media.
Oh man, it was so sad to see those people.
That's super messed up. No one wants to see that violence in Westport.
People we spoke with say the video was disturbing to watch, especially in a place they frequently visit.
It's super messed up and that shouldn't happen to anyone. No violence like that should ever happen.
Cell phone video shows 2 men fighting with a couple. The man was kicked in the head. The woman was pistol whipped. When police arrived, they say both victims were unconscious, one of them bleeding from the head. KC police shared the video on social media, looking for help to find the 2 suspects, and they got it. Court documents say the men's employer saw the video and reached out to police.
I'm glad they got what they deserved.
The Jackson County prosecutor says 26-year-olds Collin London and Daniel McQuarters have been arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree assault.
It's crazy that it's happening here in my city.
People in Westport are glad to see the charges, but say they're still cautious.
Yeah, Westport used to be fun, you know. I used to come down here and not have to worry about that.
I'd like to be out of here by midnight just to be sure.
Now, court documents say that both of those victims suffered injuries to their face between the 2 of them. That includes a fractured jawbone, cheekbone, and a fractured eye socket. Both also had concussions.
Why were y'all leaving Westport at 2:45 a.m.? 2:45 a.m. If you're gonna go to Westport, which you shouldn't be going at all because it's too dangerous, you got to leave at least 1:45 a.m., okay? No later than 2 a.m., all right? Because at 2:45 a.m., 2:30 a.m., guys are desperate, mad, lonely, hungry, desperate, looking to start trouble. The closer you are to 3 a.m. So, and plus everybody's pulling out at one time. People been drinking. It's just, you don't want to be leaving Westport at 2:45 a.m. Okay, so that wasn't smart. Okay, now Daniel said, Big Daniel, he said nasty stuff to the victim. Okay, what was the nasty stuff he was said? I wonder what was he said. I think he was just shooting his shot of just basically trying to mack her down. Yo, what's good? You know, you look good. And he maybe had said it in like a vulgar type way, like, yo, what's poppin'? I don't know if he called her a thought or what, you know, so I don't know. I don't know if he was like, yo, thought was good. Yo, top my man. You know, I don't know if none of that stuff was going on, but from what I'm hearing, nasty stuff probably was like, hey, what's up? You know, I like how you look, you know, stuff like that. So he was just saying nasty, you know, it was just left at nasty stuff. So we just gonna leave it at that. So Daniel popped off. He got his food and he, you know, he was happy he had his food, and then he got to saying nasty stuff. So I don't know what's up with him with that nasty stuff, you know. He must think he the nasty man, like on Friday or something. He out at Westport. He was bugging, like I say. He was bugging. You know they had to be at the factory in the morning, so they was bugging, you know, even being out there at 2:45 a.m. Okay? Now, bro, what you talking about? Come on, bro, you know that's foul. Bro, it's almost 3 a.m. in the morning. You in Westport, you don't got a Blick, you lacking. You down there with people and they ain't lacking. They angry, they going home alone. You're down there with females, and you know you want to go back and forth with these guys. Bro, at that time, it's time to get to your car. You lacking, okay? Anybody that, you know, want to say, bro, this or that, bro, you can't be lacking when you engage and stuff like that. You should have just walked away, not said nothing. You know, you was lacking. Simple as that. They caught you lacking. You just had to take whatever he say and just went to the car. You feel me? Because when you said, come on, bro, you know that's foul, he got hyped. He, you know, that energized Daniel. You know, and Daniel's a big guy, so that energized big man. He was ready to get with you on that tip. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he heard you say that was it. You know what I'm saying? And they was down there acting like, oh boy, our boys in the hood with the Jerry curl. That's all they was doing, mad, angry, going home alone. Okay, now, I mean, but like I said, when he said, come on, bro, you know that's foul, he shouldn't have just said that, because like I said, them dudes down there working factory jobs, down there at the club trying to take something home, wasn't successful at doing that. Angry, they halfway ganging. So it just wasn't a good place to be, you know. Wasn't a good place to be. Wrong place, wrong time. Now, like I was saying, where the Blick at? You down in Westport? You down here with these beautiful ladies and you don't got a Blick in Kansas City? No way. No way. The crime is too high here to go to Westport to have a good time without a Blick, okay? It just doesn't make any sense, all right? Everybody else, they got their Blick, so. And I don't know if you were going in the club and they were searching you, saying you can't come in here with a Blick. A lot of this, when you go to Westport, a lot of the guys you see out there, they're not going in the clubs. They stay outside with the Blicks. And you know, they drink in their car and they zah and stuff, and they don't even go in the clubs. They just be trying to talk to the girls that going in and out of the clubs, because they don't want to go in the clubs because they can't take their Blicks in the club. There's a lot of people that like to party in Kansas City, but they just party in the parking lot and on the outside of the club, or at the food places, or go to an Airbnb or something, because They not coming in if they can't bring Blicky in. So that's why I said if you going to Westport, you gotta expect that. Okay, now these two demons, Daniel and Collin, why were y'all so mad? Why were y'all so mad? Okay, you got a job, you got a good factory job. Why were you mad? Was it because you didn't have anybody to take home that night? That's the only reason you had to be mad. Okay, because you had a factory job. I'm sure you wasn't getting rich off that, but you was getting something. Enough to not be angry. This guy, Daniel, he can be broke because he eats a lot. He had food in his hand during the incident. And he's a big guy, you know, big old stomach. So, you know, he was eating good. He got money. He's eating good because while he jumping the dude, he eating out the styrofoam thing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the dude Daniel was the dude was overweight. The dude likes to eat, and it just was. He should have took his food and went home instead of starting something and saying something. You know that girl didn't want you, bro. So I don't even know why you was out there talking about saying your little nasty stuff to her, because you know that girl didn't want you, bro. For real. You out there about to go home trying to get something popping there near 3 a.m. She's with another dude and you talking to her, bro. That wasn't smart, bro. To be honest, it wasn't smart. And like I said, go to somewhere where it's more women at. Because this is Kansas City, and the guys outnumber the women. So these guys were angry. They didn't have any women, and like I say, women are rare in Kansas City. I think it's like 50 dudes to each woman. All right. So these guys were mad, and I think they were mad they were going home alone. Okay. So they should have just, you know, got their food and went home, like I say. But 3 a.m. in the Westport looking for women. It's hard to find a woman 3 p.m. in Westport. So 3 a.m. you just should have went somewhere else. Like I said, it's more men here in Kansas City than women, and most of these guys out here got the Blicks, they ganging, and maybe the crime rate is so high because there's not that many women here. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But these guys were mad. They were angry because they were going home alone. Could have been angry because they wasn't rich. Could have been a little bit angry because they didn't have the automobile and the wheels that they wanted. Stuff like that, you know. Probably wanted a nice watch and a chain like they see the rappers wear. You know, all that built up anger from not having it just spilt out on Westport. And it's a shame. It's a shame. I'm out of here.